All right, what is up, sports fans? We are back for another episode of The Fan and the End. I'm your host, as always, Stephen Rychel, and got a full house for you this morning. A little bit of an earlier start because we got a special guest on here today as our man Cookie just made his transfer from University of Massachusetts over to Temple University. Appreciate you giving us the time here this morning, my friend. And we got a lot of stuff we want to talk about here on The Fan in the End today. Obviously, myself, Marvin, and Ben, we gonna have a good time this morning, brother.
Oh yeah.
So I guess we'll get right into this. I know Marv is itching, so I'm gonna let him go first. So Marv, kick this thing off, brother.
Man, so Cookie, I was reading your bio and just going over all your accomplishments, and you have quite a few. You led the state of New Jersey in rushing. Is that correct?
Yeah, back in my senior year during COVID in 2020, I led the state in rushing
And I saw
touchdowns as well.
I saw you had 73 career touchdowns in high school, which is remarkable, especially for Jersey, which has great football.
Yeah, Jersey has great football, and the whole Somerville football team. We worked hard to, go undefeated, and also the offensive line did their part so I could do my part and lead the state in touchdowns and rushing.
That's amazing, man. That's an amazing accomplishment. Listen, you hear a lot about, high school football, and typically you hear about California and Texas and Florida, Georgia as well. But the reality is they play some good football out there in Jersey. And I saw that the USA Today had named you All-State as well. For me, looking at your bio, looking at your numbers, looking at your productivity, I feel like you were under-recruited. I feel like a lot of teams missed you, man, just didn't really see really all that you can do. Can you talk a little bit about your recruiting process and just, the schools you had wanted to go to versus where you ended up and what that whole process was like for you?
Yeah, so definitely COVID kind of killed my recruiting a little bit in a way just because nobody really knew what was going on during the time. I mean, everyone was having like an extra year of eligibility, and there was no camps, so I couldn't go to any camps during COVID just because obviously you couldn't travel or do anything. So that really killed my recruitment because I was talking to a couple of coaches before COVID started, and once COVID started, it kind of just went dead silent because nobody knew what was going on. So then Rutgers, they offered me PWO, but I decided to do a prep year instead of IMG Academy.
I saw that. In IMG, you guys ended up winning the Natty, didn't you?
That wasn't my team. I was on the post-grad team. So
Okay.
They won the Natty during my senior year. And then
Right.
I was on the prep team when I got the IMG. So, we're just playing, other prep schools.
Now, for those who don't know, IMG is one of the best teams in the country. Obviously, they recruit and they have so many players that go to big schools and end up in the NFL. How was your IMG Academy experience? What was that like being with all those phenomenal players?
It was amazing. I mean, every day you're practicing like it's a game because you're going against the 4-stars, the 5-star guys that are getting recruited by Penn State, Alabama, all those guys. So having to block some of those guys in practice when I was playing running back definitely made it a lot easier for me when it came to game time because those guys weren't as good during game times as it was in practice.
So in high school, you were a running back, but moving forward, you're looking at playing fullback. Is that the case?
Yes, and then now at Temple, I'm a linebacker.
Now, is that a move that they made, or did you want to stay at fullback, play in the backfield, or they want you to play backer?
They want me at backer. My coach, Coach Studs, he was at UMass with me, and then he brought me in as a linebacker.
I love it, man. I love it. I think when you play running back, fullback, there's so much physicality that goes into that, and I'm sure you were able to take that mentality and switch over to backer. Because obviously, listen, fullbacks and linebackers go hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where, we get in there, man, and it's physical. Do you prefer playing linebacker? Do you love it? Do you miss being in the backfield or what?
I definitely miss being in the backfield a little bit, getting the ball. trying to get as much yards as possible, but I don't mind being on the other side of the ball, trying to stop the run and being as aggressive as I can.
I love it, man. I love it. You know, one of the things that I love about the transfer portal is it allows guys like yourself who are straight ballers, but really may have been overlooked. And, you know, you have an opportunity to show yourself at what people consider to be a smaller school. But with the transfer portal, you know, you play well enough and you can move on to bigger opportunities. How did you view that, man? Were you happy about the transfer portal? Were you happy about those opportunities? Do you feel like the transfer portal really helped you out?
Yeah, the transfer portal definitely helped me out a lot because I started off at Tulsa and it just wasn't a great fit. And I wasn't really able to visit there, so then gave me the opportunity to move closer to home when I went to UMass, and then obviously now in Temple, which is even closer to home, and gave me a fresh breath of air and a new opportunity to get on the field.
Yeah, definitely, man. We're coming off this national championship, Cookie, where we just saw really. Listen, I'd say it like it is. Indiana was a no-name school. They were a who. You know what I'm saying? You didn't even consider them somebody real in the football world, but they just completed arguably one of the greatest seasons in the history of college football. Do you look at Temple as somebody who can be like Indiana? Do you think that Temple is somebody that can ultimately pull an Indiana or something like that?
Oh, yeah, definitely, for sure. We could definitely do that with the coaches that we have here. I believe in them, and the coaches believe in us, and I believe in my teammates and what we're capable of doing this season if we put in the work, which I know we will during the winter and then obviously in the summer and also during training camp.
I love it. Are you going to be playing any special teams at Temple?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'll definitely be on special teams.
Coverage teams, I'm assuming?
Yeah, most likely that and whatever else they put me on. I'm going to try making it on all special teams.
You should. I highly encourage you to, man. I'm sure you want to play at the next level. And I tell you what, special teams is the opportunity that really provides itself. So I would highly encourage that you take special teams very, very serious. No doubt about it. When you look to that transition to linebacker, who do you look at and model yourself after? Who are you looking at and saying, that's how I want to play, that's who I want to be?
Probably Ray Lewis. You know, he's probably one of the best to do it at middle linebacker. You know, he just brought that crazy feeling each Sunday and Thursday, and every play he played it like it was his last down.
I love that you say that, man, because, you know, Ray's a guy – I played against Ray Lewis, and, you know, he's a guy that really took pride in his preparation, took pride in his study, took pride in his film, took pride in his body. He was fully committed to the game. And when you say you want to be like Ray Lewis, that's what I think about. It's all the work that he put in before he even got on the field. You know what I'm saying? So I highly encourage you to follow him in that prep work, no doubt about it. So let me ask you this: are you playing Mike linebacker? Are you playing outside linebacker? Where do they have you playing?
Mike and Will right now, and then once we get through camp, then we'll figure out what they're going to put me at from there.
And what do you feel is going to be the best part of your game? Are you a coverage guy? Are you a run stopper? Are you kind of do it all? Like what? How do you feel? What do you feel you bring to the table as a player, as a linebacker?
Probably more of a run stopper. You know, I'm an aggressive downhill player just from playing running back. So I think stopping the run will be my best attribute.
I love it. I got more for you.
Marv, listen, we said Marv saw that we gonna have a running back / fullback on Cookie, and he was like, "I'm gonna be talking to Cookie the whole," because you know Marv is a former fullback. If you haven't guessed, you know. But you just said, do you know what Ray Lewis' nickname was? You know what they used to call him?
I'm not able to hear Ben.
You can't hear me?
We can hear him fine. That's weird.
I hear him.
Can you hear me?
I can't hear him for some reason.
That's weird.
That's crazy. Hold on.
Now I can hear him.
Oh, you can hear me now?
No.
You can't?
Technology at its finest.
I just said, can y'all hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, loud and clear.
I can't hear him for some reason.
Hold on. I'm finna try to go.
I can hear Marvin and Steve. I just can't hear Ben.
Let me go old school.
Yeah, Cookie, man. I played fullback at USC in the mid to late 90s, and I was fortunate enough to sign on as a free agent fullback with the New Orleans Saints, where I played for Mike Ditka in 1999. Loved it, man. For me personally, I just love the position, the physicality that the position required, and I took tremendous pride in going out there and trying to hurt them boys, man. And that's just me putting it nicely on a family show. But yeah, I mean, listen, when you talk about stopping the run, filling the gap, flying downhill, that's what it is. I'll tell you like this, man. If you are looking to play on Sunday, what you want to do is you want to show physicality. That's really how you separate yourself, showing physicality, bodies on the floor, just stuffing that fullback, filling that hole, scraping, sideline to sideline. That's the mentality, man. So that's definitely what I encourage you to think about is, even in this era where we're trying to be safe and CTE and they're trying to take the helmet out the game in so many ways. Look, you play physical. You come out there to hurt them boys. And I don't mean, injure them, but you want to hurt them. And I mean that's the only way to play. That's the only way you got to that's how you got to practice. When you lifting weights, you want to lift with physicality, lift with breaking hearts, man. That's it's everything. Physicality is what really separates the men from the boys, and it's what separates the guys that play on Saturday from the guys that play on Sunday. And Ben can attest to that as well.
Can you hear me now, Cookie? Cookie, like I can't hear you. I can't.
That is the craziest thing I've seen while doing this.
All right, so
one thing to not hear.
Yeah,
we all not hear, but when you can't not hear one person, is probably the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
So Cookie can see my mouth moving, but you can't hear me.
You can't hear him, can you, Cook?
No, I can't.
Oh my God.
You gotta love technology.
Man. I am the most anti-technology person on the planet, as you can see. Cookie, you still can't hear me.
Nope.
Nah.
This is crazy.
That's crazy. All right.
Hold on. I'm gonna log off and log on to something else and see if I'll be right back.
All right, bud. I want to hop in here, right? So obviously I'm the Philly guy in the room, right? What outside of the location, your coach going there, what made you choose Temple out of all the places you wanted to transfer to? Because if you look this offseason, I think they've had a record number of guys transferred in. The Athletic basically had the incoming recruiting class as a number one in the Atlantic Conference. What was one of the reasons that enticed you to go to Temple?
It was kind of just one of my only opportunities to keep playing football, so I just took it. But the coaches, they had a great season for their first season. They definitely do better, but I'm excited to be a part of Temple and the facilities they have and the resources they have.
What are you studying at Temple, Cookie?
Communications.
And with communications, what do you want to do with that? What's the bigger plan for that?
Haven't really fully decided yet. I'm going to take a couple internships in the summer and then figure it out from there once I get an internship.
Do you see yourself as somebody who could play linebacker and fullback in college if they asked you to? Is that something that you would even think about, or are you just really focused just on playing defense headed to the NFL?
If they asked me to, then I would definitely play fullback and linebacker. I would love the challenge to play both sides of the ball in college.
Yeah, man. Listen, I would recommend if you get that in your heart, man. The fullback is really a dying position, if we're being honest, and I hate that. And that started about 20 years ago. But any team that has a fullback will be smart to use them. And I would highly recommend that you let that coach know, Coach, I play linebacker, I'll play special teams, and if you need me, I'll play fullback as well. Because in the NFL, it's the more you can do. You know what I'm saying? It's the more you can do. And you see, guys, everybody knows Travis Hunter, but you have guys in the NFL that play multiple positions in certain situations. So don't be afraid to put that in the coach's ear, man. Fullback and goal line situations, even taking reps just to be ready for that, man. So, it is what it is. And again, I'm a diehard fullback dude. And I saw your bio and I was just reading it over. and I saw all the success you had on offense. It makes sense they'd put you on defense as well. Just because of the physicality that you come to the game with. Are you looking ultimately? Well, this is your last year. You said this is your last year. You said you may get a second year as well.
Yeah, I could possibly get a second year.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want, man. I do. Let me ask you: Are you familiar with the Philly area? I know you said you're from Jersey. I know Jersey and Philly are really close. Have you spent a lot of time out in Philly in your life?
Not really. I'm more of North Jersey, so this is my first time really spending my time in Philly. I've been driving around a little bit, kind of seeing the area.
Now, are you an Eagles fan? Are you a Jets fan? Are you a Giants fan? Where's your heart at?
I'm a Giants fan.
Oh man,
that's okay.
Oh man, they're gonna love you there.
Listen, man, I grew up, spent some time in New York. My dad played 9 years for the Jets, so for me, I'm a big time Jet guy. The Jets are horrible. I've seen the Giants go to 5 Super Bowls in my life, and the Jets haven't been to one. So you can see y'all laughing.
Yeah.
As a Giant fan, you've had it good in spite of how horrible they are now. The Giants have always been in my life the better organization, man. So trust me, you're probably rooting for the right team. No, it's true. I mean, I hate to say that, man, but I got to be objective. You know, have you guys started your workouts already? Are you guys in the gym doing teamwork?
We've had optional workouts for the past 2 weeks, and then starting Monday, it'll be mandatory workouts where we're gonna get fully into winter workouts.
Now, have you been doing your own workouts in the meantime, or have you been going to the optional workouts? What are you doing training-wise?
Yeah, I've gone to the optional workouts once I got cleared to work out, and then I've been doing some extra stuff on my own too.
What are you weighing right now?
225.
That's a nice size. What do you want to be at?
Around 225, 230.
Okay. Going into what may be your final season, what are your goals? Like what are you really looking to accomplish? What have you written down as the things you want to target and the goals you want to hit in these next 12 months?
The main thing is just to be healthy, and then each day just to grow consistently, be on the field as much as I can, whether it's special teams, defense, maybe get some fullback, and then just grow obviously with the team too. Try to be a team guy all around.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. If you look at and I reference Indiana, one of the things that I think they really mastered was the team concept. This is a program that had, that just won a national championship with 2 stars, 3 stars for the most part. But these are guys who really bought into team, and that matters. So when I hear you say that, it tells me that you're on the right path. In whatever Temple's talking about, it has to be team, and that's the right mentality. Let's see if we can hear Ben now.
Okay, can you hear me now, Peggy?
I can hear him.
Oh,
there we go.
we have success now. Now I wanted to ask you this. I mean, I was asking you earlier. Do you know what Ray Lewis' nickname was when he played?
No.
His nickname was Sugar. They literally, I mean, Shannon Sharp that played with him, when they won their Super Bowl in 2000, called him Sugar. I only say that because I guarantee you are the only cookie that play football, and ain't nobody gonna say nothing to you. Ain't like somebody, hey, what Cookie at? And you walk around the corner like, oh, that's Cookie? Yeah. Oh, okay. I don't have problems.
His pictures from UMass are great. Like, yo, who decided to put this on you? Was this your idea?
Myself. Yeah.
That's dope. The Cookie Monster.
I've had the Cookie Monster costume forever, so I was like, can I wear this? They're like, yeah, that'd be great.
Have a name like Cookie, right? And playing football, most of the time you got to be nice. Like you can't be okay. And obviously, Marv already went over your high school stats. You went from Jersey to Tulsa to UMass to, now you in Temple, you went to Bradenton. Has traveling throughout your college career help you adjust to all this moving around? I know you back closer to home now, but did moving around help you? Because we hear about the transfer portal, NIL. Is it as crazy as people say it is, or do you just have to learn how to navigate it?
You pretty much just got to learn how to navigate it. I mean, at first, getting into college was a little hard because that's when NIL started happening, but then each year, obviously, it gets crazier and crazier with all these contracts and NIL stuff. And who's getting paid more than the other person. But at the end of the day, I mean, we're all still a team, and it doesn't matter who's getting paid because we all got to still play on Saturdays.
Yeah.
And whoever's going to play the best is going to play.
Yeah, but even with NIL, do they sit you guys down and tell you guys like the pitfalls of like, look, we want you guys to get your money, we want you guys to get as much as you can for as long as you can, but do they tell you guys about financial literacy and really reading over these contracts? Because I've read some of these contracts and I didn't know that. Hopefully this didn't happen to you, Cookie, but they got certain contracts where they'll put future earnings in your contract saying, yeah, we giving you this now, but as your career grows, even into the NFL, we want to get some of that. Have you seen contracts like that?
Not yet. I haven't.
Well, stay away from those. When you see future earnings, take a big X and go like this. No. When you see it, they go, this says future earnings. Yeah, well, no, not doing. That means, wait a minute, you're supposed to, and and I'm not getting into your, business or anything prior to anything, but make sure y'all vetting these agents. Because some of these dudes, and I'm calling some of them out, they getting percentages like a freaking lawyer you see on a billboard. You know how you get in a wreck and the guy say, hey man, call 1-800. These percentages be way too high, but you guys so young, I'm just making sure you guys are protected.
Of us sometimes.
Yeah. But at the same time, make sure that you save as much as you can. Because listen, man, if I make $100K and I spend $100K, I ain't got no money.
You got nothing.
Just make sure you. Plus, you a Jersey kid, y'all. I lived in Jersey for about 4 or 5 years. Y'all love y'all football up there. Y'all don't mind the snow. Y'all grimy type football players. I mean, y'all play basketball teams. Yeah, man. But but Tulsa, UMass, Temple. What's the difference in the three?
Tulsa was definitely far out there. I didn't like being far from home, especially like at least out in California or in Oklahoma. Oklahoma was just a weird area. I mean, the school didn't really have a lot of resources at the time. I mean, I see they're starting to put a lot more money in the program now as they did when I was there. But then UMass, I mean, they had some of the resources, but some of the higher ups didn't put football as far up there as they should, because obviously you see what the record was this year. They didn't really do as good because the support just isn't there with football at UMass. But then Temple, you come to Temple, just from day one you could see all the resources and people that want to be there and help Temple football and want to see them win the American Conference.
I mean,
I gotta ask you, like, one of the things about Temple is that they play in Lincoln Financial Field. How fun is it going to be able to play in a stadium like that?
That's going to be insane, playing at an NFL stadium. Going from UMass, playing at a stadium that's kind of not the best stadium. It's got the nickname the Junkyard for a reason, because it isn't the best stadium. To go into the Link is definitely going to be a huge change for sure.
Are you going to try to bring in the fan for some of the home games? Try to get that experience with your family on that level.
Oh yeah, my whole family comes to the games. Even my dad, he would even travel to all the games for the away games when it was at UMass, and then also when I was in Bradenton and Tulsa.
Now, are you Temple being close to home? Are there guys in the team that played with you in high school? Are there guys in the team that you knew from your time in high school? Are you familiar with some of the players when you going into Temple?
Surprisingly, no. Not a lot of guys really. I feel like from North Jersey, like the guys that we played.
Okay, so what that tells me is Temple is doing a great job of recruiting nationally and just trying to pull guys not just from the region, but get the best talent they can, whether they're in Hawaii, New York, whatever it may be. Are you seeing that talent out there? I mean, I know you guys are just getting started. You haven't been on the field yet, but as you look at your teammates and look at their bios and talk to these guys, are you seeing that they've put together a pretty good group of athletes?
Yeah, Temple definitely did a good job recruiting, especially in the portal. I mean, guys are from all over the place, so when you talk to them, you kind of get to see like their perspective on life and where they've came from and where they're from and all that, and especially like their college life of what they've been through.
The good thing about it is this, man. It doesn't matter, who was a 2-star, who was a 3-star, who was a prep All-American. If they came from the Pac-12 or the Big Ten, they're at Temple. they're all there. You know what I'm saying? And regardless of what their previous experience was, you all ended up at the same spot, and everybody has the same dream. You know what I'm saying? Ball out in college, win as many games as you can, and get to the league. You know what I mean? That's really what it comes down to. Would you agree?
100%. I mean, the main thing is to get to the league. That's why we're all here, trying to get that goal accomplished.
No. That before you get to the league, though, your name is Cookie, man. So which one of these cookie companies are you finna partner with? Is it gonna be Crumble, Insomnia, Nabisco? Who is it gonna be, Cookie? There is no way you're gonna be in Philly and one of these cookie companies ain't gonna say, "Hey, bro, so what's?" I mean, you know what I'm saying? Have you been approached by something like that?
At UMass, I was, yeah, and then until I left, just to hit the portal right before the season. But I definitely want to work on getting an annual deal with a cookie company for sure.
Listen, man, I don't want none of your money, but we'll take a couple of boxes, man. I'm just saying. I mean, we don't need no money down here, but
I'll hook y'all up.
That you have one of the most unique names, because that kind of stuff sells, especially when you can play, right? Which you obviously can. In a place like Philly, it ain't gonna take long, man. And look, you should be able to get in contact with Saquon Barkley. He ain't gonna be hard to find. I'm pretty sure he understands about endorsements. Just holler at him, man, and say, man, I'm just, try to do it together, because I'm rooting for you. I'm looking forward to seeing a Cookie Monster section in Lincoln Financial, because why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not? I'm just happy that I'm happy that you ended up in Temple, man. Marv know this. Well, when your family ain't in the stands, man, football don't feel the same. Ain't nobody up there, it don't feel the same. Now you're gonna have a whole rooting section. I feel bad for these fullbacks that got to deal with you, Cookie, because you finna be pissed. Like, look, I had to go to UMass. But I gotta ask you this though. You was at IMG. How was dealing with that humidity down there?
At first, it was a little rough. At the end of the workouts, we'd be feeling like we jumped in a swimming pool. But once you got kind of used to it, then it wasn't too bad.
Bradenton, Florida. You too young. Home of Peter Ward. You too young to know who Marv know P Dub. That's one of the best to ever do it. But I gotta ask you this too, because I got a nephew currently in college football right now. You hear about young men jumping into the portal. What's the biggest misconception? Because everybody got something to say. Oh, they don't want to compete, or they don't want to play. What is the biggest misconception about young men like yourself jumping into the portal?
I feel like people always think we're just like, oh, like he doesn't want to compete, or he's trying to just chase the bag. But it's more deeper than that sometimes. Maybe coach is screwing you around, or you just don't feel comfortable with the situation where you're at, where like you don't feel good with the school or where you're at, kind of. So you just want to feel closer to home if you don't like the environment.
So when the Temple coaches reached out to you in the portal, was it like a dream come true? You like, dude, is this real? Like, hey man, don't play with me. I done been through a lot. I mean, like you said, you coming to college around COVID, which was a crazy, crazy time, because I think they gave you guys the COVID year, they gave you another year of eligibility if you came into college around that time. But to end up with everything you've been through, North Jersey, you talk about Bradenton, you talk about UMass, you talk about Tulsa, end up at, is it all, depending on how, your senior season is still coming up, but was it all worth it if you're going to end up at Temple?
Definitely was. From day one here at Temple, I felt like this was the right place to be at. From the coaches, bringing me in, the strength staff, and just the resources, the training room, the teammates, everyone around. That just made it feel like this was the right place to be at.
Yeah,
Cookie. I ain't got no nickname for you yet. Your name Cookie, but I'm gonna come up, get your sweet tooth ready. You got a sweet tooth, let me see, because he finna knock it the hell out. He gonna knock your sweet tooth out when he catch you in that hole. No, we rooting for you over here. I think, myself, Marv, Steven, we got you on because you're gonna be one of the next up. I get to tell my kids now. I know a young man named Cookie that will knock you out coming downhill. They were like, his name is Cookie. I said, yes, and you ain't getting any. If he send me some of them Nabisco cookies, if he gets some, that's for daddy. That is not for you. You got to know him to eat them. But no, man, I congrats on everything. Because like I say, y'all, college now is different. You guys got agents, publicists, managers. You guys got schedules, NIL and contracts to sign. You got to sign an NIL. You got to sign a national letter of intent. Then you got to go out there and play. Hope that your coach stay, because these coaches no one talks about them leaving. They leaving every year.
Coaches be leaving too, more than the players some of the time.
But when y'all win y'all conference and you got your moms and them in the stands, what are you gonna take the most out of your college experience? Because yours has been very, very unique. What are you gonna take the most from this college football experience?
Pretty much just live every day like it's your last day, pretty much. Waking up and going to those 5 a.m., 6 a.m. workouts. Yeah, it seems tough. Like when you're waking up, you don't want to get out of bed. But once you get the workout done, then you'll be like, man, like that workout was nothing. Like we got that over with. Now let's move on with the rest of the day. Kind of just pretty much don't look at the objective just like it's going to be hard. Like you just got to get through it.
So if you get drafted by the Eagles, you ain't gonna forget about us, right? You get drafted by the Eagles, and then I was like, "What's up, Cookie?" You give us that. I don't know them. We don't get big time over here, Cookie. Don't big time.
Nah, I'm gonna get y'all some jerseys and tickets and some cookies.
What number you wear, Cookie?
22.
Have you always won 22?
Yeah, and then my senior year of high school, I switched it too. But then once I got into college, I moved around a little bit from numbers.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you.
Listen, that is so crazy, though, Marvin, Steve. You got the coaches out there yelling, "Cookie, what?" To me, that's because I think that's the great thing when obviously Steven told you were coming on. I said his name is Cookie. Hell yeah! What? A football player named Cookie? That's dope.
So,
man. Like,
do you have like a celebration or like a sack dance or whatever to go along with the nickname?
When I was scoring, like I would just be like eating up, like
Listen, he gonna have the cup dipping. He gonna have the cup dipping it, dipping it in the. You can do whatever you want to do. I ain't here to tell you nothing. Them fullbacks, just tell them, bro. You gonna need an IV. You gonna need some ice when you get done with me after this game. Yes, somebody got to deal with this. But now you made it. You doing it. Over here, the fan in the end, man. We only bring it on the latest and the greatest. Now we know talent when we see it, and we know you wanted the next up. Plus. I mean, you could play football in Philly, whether it's the Eagles or Temple. You got to be built different. You got to be built different to walk around the streets of Philly because them Philadelphians, they know they football. So when you walk around and somebody yell, "Cookie," yeah, we know you. We know who you are, youngin. So, hey, man, enjoy yourself, man. Being that close to home, enjoy your senior year, man. Just let it all go. Don't think about nothing. Just go out there and play free. You're a ball. You got the talent. I mean, you said, yeah, they want me to play linebacker. You could do that, yeah. What the hell? Wait. Don't you play running back? Yeah, but they want me to play linebacker. No, that's not normal, Cookie. What the hell you mean? Yeah, I could do that. No. Players can't just go to another position. Can you play linebacker? Yep. Can you play middle linebacker? Yep. Come on. What? No. I played tight end in high school. I played tight end in college. I played tight end in the pros. I was a backup long snapper, and one time the starting long snapper got hurt, and I ran up to him. I looked at him in his face, say, "Boy, you better do something. You better get up." Listen, because it was second down, and I'm supposed to be out there. They said long snapper hurt. I run up to him. I said, "Boy, are you hurt or are you injured?" Like, what you mean? Because if you injured, you can't play. He said, "I think I just hurt. You better take it because if I got to go out there, you're going to get what you're going to get. I'm just telling you, I'm going to go out there because that's my job. But if I got to take my gloves off, that ain't good, Cookie. Because I got to snap a football, I'm going to go like this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do the. All right. I'm going to look at him, and then I'm going to go, "Hey, bro, I'm going to look at my teammates and go, y'all boys be careful because this might not make it back there." So I'm just telling you, to be able to do what you're doing, it's rare, man. To go from another position. You're going from offense to defense, and you the one get to talk to the D coordinator, right? They got a thing in your
I'm not sure yet.
Man, Cookie, who are you for real, man? He's a mute.
Transition for you, Cookie. What's going to be the biggest transition? Obviously, it's a big difference from being a running back, carrying the ball to being the one that's hunting the ball carrier. What do you think is going to be the biggest transition for you doing this?
Biggest transition, probably just the playbook, just kind of learning some of the scheme with that. Once I get it down, it shouldn't be too bad. But instead of having to worry about having to block, you know, the linebacker, the safety. Now it's all about reaction and kind of seeing where the ball is at, what coverage I have, or if I'm just stopping the run.
What are you going to be looking forward to most? To going after the ball carrier or getting back in coverage?
Definitely going with the ball carrier, hitting them, laying the wood every down.
Yeah, definitely. Cookie, man,
look at Marv. Marv just want to see somebody. Marv don't want nobody to not get hurt. And people like Marv, but he ain't getting up. He'll be all right. Listen, you got to be reminded what this is.
Yeah.
This is football. This not a contact sport. It's a collision sport. And the guy that knocked him out name is Cookie. What? The guy that just knocked him out, his name is Cookie. Really? Yeah. And he ain't soft either. He ain't being dipped in no milk. He just dipped him in some milk. Got him soggy as hell out there. They got to put. Hey man, I'm looking forward to watching Temple now. You know, I have to have a reason to watch these teams. Now I have a reason. Now I get to sit there with my families and see that youngin right there. Yeah, his name is Cookie. Yeah, and he don't F around. I'm just telling you. If somebody that F'd around and found out, they're gonna do that. But that's about it. But no, man, stay healthy. Man, stay young as long as you can, and don't let the politics of college football and college athletics get to you. You made it. You here. I'm just looking forward to seeing the Cookie Monster section. It's going and Philly, you know what's coming, right? You know Philly fan. Them Philadelphians. And I'm just saying. I mean, so when you walking in the stadium, I don't know if y'all do the walk. You know, they do the walk now. Y'all get the walking. You go like this. You go, is that you might get? Have you met the real Cookie Monster yet?
No.
Sesame Place ain't that far away.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, Cookie Monster, stop playing.
NIL with Sesame Street.
There you go.
Hey, we breaking deals on the fan and end. We talk about the Cookie deal, talk about Cookie Monster, Saquon Barkley. You know, don't let AJ Brown. Don't call AJ Brown. He might not pick up. He might not. No.
Now you said you're a Giants fan. Are you excited for the Jim Harbaugh being their coach now?
John.
I'm excited. We finally got a real coach in there that can hopefully get us to the Super Bowl.
Y'all got a good
Super Bowl.
offense.
Wait.
Super Bowl.
He's a Giants fan playing in Lincoln, playing in Lincoln Financial every home game. Who's probably definitely gonna get drafted by the Eagles now? What is that gonna be like? Cookie, you get drafted by the Eagles, but the Giants, that's your team.
Man, I'm gonna have to be an Eagles fan then.
Hey,
That had to be my team.
When you get to the league,
my team.
Hey, bro, when you get to the league, you gonna put all that fandom to the side, bro. Trust me, there ain't gonna be no fandom in you.
So.
Man, look! I was with the Packers in 2000, and we played the Jets in a preseason game. You think I had any love for them Jets? Boy, I was trying to take them linebackers' heads off. Then it tell you ain't no fan when you in the league.
Oh no, yeah. I mean,
none.
You know, I'm a Falcons fan through and through. And when I get drafted to the Titans, and we do a inter squad scrimmage with the Falcons, that's when they had Michael Vick. And they run out there, and I'm standing at Michael Vick. I'm like, dang, that's Michael Vick, right? My coach like, boy, you better snap out of it. No, that's not Michael Vick. That's the problem. He's the enemy. You know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna be the greatest thing ever. Cookie gets drafted by the Eagles, and he got to knock Jackson Dart out. Jackson Dart is out for the season because Cookie knocked him out. He's gonna look over at Harbaugh and say, you made the wrong draft pick. You made the wrong choice.
That's like Abdul Carter. He was an Eagles fan. He got drafted early in the first round by the Giants. So
I mean, Cam Newton, the Falcons fan, he got drafted by the Panthers. Had to play him twice a year. You know that's what happens, right? You get drafted by your rival. You don't get drafted by the team you grew up loving. You're gonna get, so Cookie.
Only Jeremiah Trotter Jr. is the only one that got away with that.
Cookie gonna be a Eagle or a Cowboy. I pray to God he's an Eagle.
Man, don't wish that upon him. Why would you wish that upon him?
No, I'm sorry. We can all come together and say we don't want him to be a Cowboy because I want to like Cookie. And then I got to see Cookie with the Starters helmet and go, yeah, hey, what's up, Cookie? Yeah, all right. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't do that.
Let's be real. When it comes to NFL teams at this point in time, the Dallas Cowboys have to be the most disliked organization as a whole throughout the United States. It's
the fans. It ain't necessarily the team because the team don't do nothing, right? It's it's Jerry Jones has affected every last one of them fans, man. Because Jerry Jones gonna live to be 160. He's never gonna die. He's gonna be 160, and he gonna no. He's gonna pass away at 160, and the next year they're gonna win it. They'll win it when he's no longer the owner. I don't know. It's the Cowboys, though. I mean, hey, man. I mean, I know he already asked you about Indiana. I mean, I'm just saying, do you think that college football is shifting with NIL? Like, if teams can spend that money, you think teams like Indiana, like a Temple, those type of teams have opportunities to say, hey, man,
100%.
if we ain't that good, don't let us in. Then if we ain't that good, don't let us in.
Yeah, I mean, the money is a big factor in college football now, so everyone's buying the rosters.
And you know something? In Indiana basically proved that don't even matter. They proved that don't even matter because they ain't got the highest payroll, not even close. I know Mark Cuban and them boys put money into it now, but that roster they had last year when they made that run and went to the playoffs, and the roster they put together this year to create one of the greatest teams in the history of college football, that wasn't the highest paid roster at all. You know what I mean? That was literally a team. That's an old school approach to it. And that's why I say, man, for Temple, man, if y'all boys can commit to this thing and really put team first and really just go out there and get better, man, the game is played on the field, not on paper. You know what I'm saying? Not on paper, not in the preseason polls. That means nothing. That means nothing at all. When you out there, man, it's a man on man. You know what I mean? That's it. So, man, look, you going into what could be your last year, Cookie, man, I can't stress to you enough the fact that you will be constantly evaluated. Them coaches is evaluating you in the meetings. They're evaluating you as you deal with adversity. They're evaluating you in the weight room. Man, you stay focused, man. It's going to be a long season. It's a long off season, regardless of how the season starts for you. It doesn't end that way. You know what I mean? So you stay focused. You know what I mean? But if you're in the rotation, if you're the starter, wherever it may be, man, you stay focused. And above all, you be violent. And I mean that. That's what they want to see. You got to be violent. And not just on game day. Like I said, man, you be violent in that weight room with them lifts. You be violent in run drill. Man, you playing sideline to sideline, and you practice like that. You got to practice the way that you want to play. That's a very real thing, man. But I can't stress it enough, Cookie. You be violent out there, brother, because you being violent is everything. And you become the best friend of that special teams coach. You let him know I'm trying to be on everything. And you say it and mean it. Mean it, brother. Mean it, because you could make it in the NFL just on special teams. Every team has a couple of them dudes. You know what I'm saying? So, man, you take that very serious, man. Them coverage teams, punt team, field goal, you be one of them wings. Man, learn them skills, man, because special teams can get you paid, man. Better tell you that's a very real thing.
I mean, listen, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm over here looking at a good nickname for you, Cookie, and I think I got it. Your nickname is Cookie Dough, because you want that bread, right? No. The nickname is Cookie Dough. I'm gonna read what it says. You tell me if you like it. It says Cookie Dough, right? It says implies they are tough, unbaked yet, but ready to become a finished product. That's Cookie Dough.
That's solid right there. That's
so right here. I'm telling you right now. His name is Cookie Dough. He wants his cheese, and you can eat cookie dough raw. It's better baked. But if you're a fullback, you're gonna need some flowers because you're gonna be done. So Cookie Dough, man. We are rooting for you in a different type of way because you the latest and the greatest. And most of the time, former players don't get a chance to talk to current players because, number one, we finna kill this myth. We ain't hating on y'all. We rooting for y'all. And sometimes advice sounds like criticism, but it ain't, man. I hope you hit your head on the moon. If not, land on the star, young. And I hope you go out there and make it happen. Just like I said, when that NIL deal happens with the Cookies, just come back on. Tell us how it happened. So we can say, hey, because I think you represent the hopes and dreams of a lot of young men in high school. You know how it is. They ain't going to get no scholarships. And it ain't because, 73 touchdowns, 5,000 yards rushing. You talk about winning state champion. You led the state. You went to – and because of COVID, they looked over you because of the situation going on in the world. But here you are in Temple, moving the linebacker. Just because they said, did they ask you, can you play linebacker? Yeah. Well, come on. Like what? Like, how does that? Ben, can you play fullback? No. Ben, can you play linebacker? No. Ben, can you play defensive end? No. What does my bio say? Tight end. That's what I play. So you telling me you ain't playing linebacker? I could come play linebacker, but we gonna lose. We ain't gonna look good. Not if I know my strengths. Cookie, can you play linebacker? Yep. Now you there.
Yeah.
You're a mutant. Who are you really, Cookie? Who are you really? Like, who are you? You can be honest with us, man.
Shit, the Cookie Monster.
Listen, he the Cookie Monster, but listen, I'm the Cookie Monster, but I'm Cookie Monster on the field, but my nickname is Cookie Dough. You'll figure it out. I like it. He's a Cookie Monster. Man, you're gonna have so many kids. The kids gonna love you, man. Them kids, and the kids gonna say, "You Cookie Monster for Christmas?" No. I'm Cookie for Temple. That's dope, right? I'm Cookie. And I hope they come up to you with your jersey on. Get ready.
That'd be smooth.
Hey man, why not, man? Why not? A kid from Jersey playing in Philly, that's a Giants fan that's probably gonna get drafted by Philly so he can beat up on the Giants. That's a 30 for 30 story. That's a football story. I'm with it.
I wouldn't mind it. Listen, anything to stick it to the Giants. If people actually understand the real rivalries that go on in Philadelphia, we hate the Dallas Cowboys fans. Like, we don't really hate the team; it's the fans. But I've said it for years. The real rivalry is the Giants and the Eagles because it's been it's one of the longer rivalries that you have in the NFC East. What do you think, Cook? If you had to really break down the NFC East rivalry, we're your rivals, right?
100%. Giants and the Eagles each year. I mean, the Giants haven't been doing too good, but at least we beat the Eagles once this year.
Oh, whoa! It's a family show.
Hey, listen, I could take the heat. I got nothing against it. They laid the wood on us that game. That's why I sat there and said when we were talking about Harbaugh, they got a young nucleus. You know, they got Dart, they got Scatterboo, they got Malik Neighbors. Now they got a coach that you know at least has his head halfway on straight, not fighting with members of his staff. So I'm not. Listen. You know, it's definitely going to be a tighter division when we look at everything that next year. You guys got a top 5, top 10 pick there. You know, I think they're in a good position. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, they're not as good as I think they're going to be, just because I'm an Eagles fan. But I mean, other than that, like, it should be a interesting year. I think the Giants are on a better track than you look at if you're looking at the Cowboys or the Commanders, who are getting older by the minute.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully the Giants can do good this year, and hopefully Scatterboo can come back healthy.
You like Scatterboo? You like the way he play football?
Yeah, he plays physical. He likes to run people over.
He ran Zach Bone over. Let's remember that. He ran Zach Bone over.
He's Napoleon. He has Napoleon complex. He can't stand nobody. He said, I don't like really nobody taller than me. Well, that's everybody. Well, yeah. Okay, cool. At least he's honest about it. Now he's I like Scatterboo. I just think that because you guys do like Twitch and all this stuff, you don't got to drink out of no cleat, man. Put it in a glass.
Man, leave if he wants to do a shoey, let him do a shoey.
I get it. I get it. I'm just like he's looking around like he ain't got no cup in here. Go to the kitchen.
I do got to ask you one thing, Cook. Do you think Jackson Dart needs to learn how to slide a little bit, because he was in that blue tent a little too much this year?
Definitely a little bit, so he could have a longer career. He's been taking too many hits this year.
You ain't gonna last like that, man. It's the only people that can hit people and survive. Linebackers and safeties. They can hit people all day and get up because that's what they do for a living. Quarterbacks, you don't got to prove your toughness on Sunday. Because one of those times you're not gonna get up. I mean, it's inevitable, and he gonna have a blue. He might have a blue tent at his crib. As many times as he went in it this year, he should. He in there like this. I know. Yeah, I go like this. Hey, bro, you want to survive? Slide, and listen, slide and talk trash when you get up. What you would have done, when you look at what a slide I would have ran. No, quarterbacks don't run people over. Cam Newton used to, and that's what ended his career. And you ain't gonna get much bigger than him. If Cam couldn't do it,
no one wants to talk about that. That's probably what ended Cam's career. It was him being overly physical.
Where in the Cam Newton's career was the simple fact that at a certain point you're gonna have to be able to throw the ball from the pocket. You can't run all day. You got to sit there.
Yeah.
You got to sit there and throw the ball from the pocket, and you can't throw off your back foot. You got to be able to come up with. Don't get me, man. I love Cam. Don't get me started about Cam. I'm just saying,
Right, so
love Cam.
we're down to our last 10 minutes of Cookie's availability. So let's each get a question in a piece, and then do our goodbyes and let him enjoy the rest of his afternoon. So
I'll go ahead and get mine. I'll go ahead and get mine off. What is a successful senior year for you, Cookie? Like, how do you want this year to look for you individually?
Shit, just to enjoy it, kind of just live every day, kind of just go through, grow, try to get on the field as much as I possibly can with special teams, and definitely on the field as linebacker too, and then just trying to make a name for myself more than it is now.
Respect.
Yeah. Cookie, you've had quite a bit of a football journey. Obviously, you were a high school star. You moved on to a couple of schools here. Who do you think are some of your greatest influences? Who has impacted you, whether it's coaches, family, parents, brothers? I mean, who's really helped motivate you, keep you motivated through this journey?
I would say definitely my dad, and then also my trainer, Will Beckford, and my other trainer, Joe Porter. They both played at Rutgers back in the day, early 2000s. Those two guys, they motivated me a lot and kept me focused through all of this and kept me up to the best shape as I could be in.
That's awesome, man. Listen, lean on those guys. Lean on the people, Cookie, who are helping you be the best you can be, because in this process, you're successful. You're a successful college athlete. You were very successful in high school, obviously, and you have big dreams. But part of this success journey is you're going to meet adversity. And I'm sure you've already met adversity. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you got to be at your best. That's when you got to be at your best. So continue to lean on the people who've pushed you, motivated you, man. And, and through it all, internally, man, just keep that fire, keep that drive, brother. I really, really recommend that.
All right, so my last one. What are your hopes for this season for Temple football? Do you guys think that you guys can win your conference, get a potential playoff berth? What do you like for?
I kind of lost you guys for a second.
Okay. What is your prediction for Temple football this year? Obviously, it's your first year with the program, second year with this head coach. You guys got a lot of transfers. You guys got one of the better recruiting classes. Do you guys think you can win the conference, get a bowl bid, a potential playoff berth? What is your hopes for this season for the team?
Definitely make it to the conference championship and win the championship. That's everyone's goal. Is win as many games as you possibly can and make it to the championship and win the championship if you make it there. And then also like a bowl game as well would be great.
You guys think you can make a run and get a playoff berth or what? What are you hoping?
Sure, definitely we can. I mean, if JMU and Tulane could do it, why can't Temple?
That's the attitude, man. That's the attitude. That's the attitude.
Oh, wait a minute. So the world is ready. So the world get to see Cookie on display. The whole world get to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
At least the Cookie. If we see you on when we see you on national TV, you get a sack. Don't get out there like Larry Fitzgerald and Barry Sanders. We want to see it. They let y'all celebrate there. We want to see it. Dip it or eat it or do both. You know what I'm saying? And when they interviewing after the game, they be like, Cookie, what you want to say? I want to say shout out to my family, man. I want to give all honor to God. But my name is Cookie Monster. But the ladies call me Cookie Dough. Just playing.
That's great.
Oh man! So how we typically wind up closing out these interviews, my friend, is we kind of throw the proverbial microphone over to you. Anyone you would like to thank? Anyone you would like to give any shout outs to? Shoot out your social media sites. Any parting words for our listeners this afternoon? The time is yours, my friend.
Well, I want to start off thanking you guys for having me on. I want to thank my parents. They got me to this point. My trainers, Will Beckford, Joe Porter, all my teammates. coaches for bringing me in here to this amazing university. And my Instagram is Cookie Desiderio, and then my Twitter is CDesiderio22. If you guys want to look me up, follow me. And that's all I got.
That's all right, brother. As long as you let the people know where we can find you moving forward. Definitely was a pleasure having you on. Definitely got to do it again sometime here in the near future as we get closer to the season, things of that nature. So enjoy your afternoon, my friend. Keep putting that work in, keep grinding, keep doing your thing, and we're definitely going to be rooting for you, not just on the Fan in the End, but all the members of the South Florida Tribune here. So,
of course, appreciate you guys for having me on. It was great meeting you all.
Likewise, you have a good one, brother.
Yes, sir.
You too.
Be violent, Cookie.
Have a good one.
No mercy.
Always.
No mercy out there. It's a no mercy game, Cookie. It's a no
Always.
mercy. Understand that? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Marvin gonna be your new linebackers coach. He gonna say the same thing. Hey, listen, coach, what's the game plan? Who cares? Be violent, knock the hell out of him. That's it. I don't want to talk. Just knock him out. Be violent. That's
Cookie,
it.
Get low
That's
and
all
go.
we need.
Get low and go. You know what I'm saying? Get low and go, Cookie. That's it, dog. That's it. Dead serious.
Yes, sir. That's all we gotta do.
Yes, sir.
Be good, man. Be good out there.
Have a good one.
All right.
Later.
All right, everyone. That was the one, the only Temple linebacker, Cookie Desiderio. I mean, one of many interviews that we have lined up here over the next few weeks. If anyone's been paying attention, Cookie was the first of hopefully many more Temple students we have on here. Hopefully we can get outside of that and get some kids in here from some of these other programs to kind of mix things up, see what's on some of these kids' minds, see where they come from, what backgrounds that they've been to. But I guess we'll make the official announcement today, and this will be the first live read for it. That interview was brought to you by Fight Wax. It is a ultimate athlete skin defense. They are a company that produces natural skin defensive recovery products for athletes and active individuals. They have they have a new line that is coming out. They're actually going to be working on some body soaps and things of that nature. But their main ingredient is a photoensis, is a proprietary next generation plant that is carried in a carriage system designed to improve ingredient binding, delivery, and overall performance for skin defense and recovery products. So basically the old standard was just your basic oils and stuff, and the photoensis is going to be the new half of it. We will have discount codes for you before the end of the week. Marvin, check that text message I sent you when you get a chance. Send me that photo over so we can complete your bio. Got to give a big shout out to Lincoln and my man Rain Wells for linking me up with Fight Wax. We're going to be doing a lot of things. I'm going to send, they're sending some products out, t-shirts, things of that nature. I'm also going to send them some autograph stuff that we'll do. We'll do some cross branding, and anyone who buys products from them that you might get a special prize from signed books, signed cards from Ben, from other athletes, things of that nature. So guys, make sure you're checking out Fight Wax. You're reaching out and showing companies that are showing us love back as well. But we will get you that discount code at some point in time in the next few days. I just got the email last night. I know I sent it both to you guys last night as well, seeing what we're all going to be doing together. I'm sure you guys are going to be looking in the mail for when your packages come to you guys. What are your thoughts on this? Obviously, I try to do a lot of things to kind of cross brand us with other companies. What do you think of Fight Wax? Actually, they're getting ready to launch a skincare product for pets as well. So there's going to be a bunch of different uses, a bunch of stuff that we can use it for. So I'm looking forward to this partnership. That's all.
I'm looking forward to it. I think we talk about recovery. I mean, we talk about being there. I think a lot of times we talk about players, unfortunately, or maybe I'm just speaking for myself. I'm willing to experiment anything when you talk about recovery. As long as it's on the up and up, I'm not just, I'm not pulling up on the side of the road. Say, man, what you got right there?
I think skin recovery is kind of the thing that I don't think a lot of us really think about at the end of the day.
Younger players,
not just combat sports athletes. It's just regular athletes in general.
Well, yeah, I mean, this, what this sounds like is something that you go into your LA Fitness, your YMCA, and people, especially we all around the same age. But man, how you got so much energy, man? The main thing I heard a lot when I played that I understood more when I got done is the recovery. Like when you're young, you're like, man, what you need to recover, man? You're fine. Like, no. You gotta treat recovery the same way you treat preparation and lifting and eating and running and and getting your, especially now, because the effects of what you've done previous, they hit you sparingly. Sometimes they come all at once, but sometimes they come little by little. But especially us, like our former players, man, we always, hey man, how you do that? Oh, I do it like this, so I use that. I didn't know about I'm a country boy, so when I get out there to the Oakland Raiders, I don't know about no acupuncture. Like, what you been sticking my foot? Just bringing all these needles. I'm like, man. And I'm country. I'm like, am I gonna be bleeding? And he's like, dude, where are you from? I'm from Georgia. I don't know about no accurate. But Marv, it's product like this. The worst it could do is not work. That's the worst. The best it could do is, whoa, what is this? Because we passed the days of Epsom salt sitting in the tub for like, I need to be able to put it on them joints that really hurt. Them ones that, our wives know, like, what you limping for? I'm limping? Yeah. I need to put some right on this right quad muscle, but yeah, I'm looking forward to trying out the product. I think, for something like this, it can only benefit. And like I say, listen, whether you are a former athlete, current athlete, future athlete, I walked in Nike, and Nike said, everybody with a body is an athlete. Think about that. If you have a body, you're an athlete. So, that's good marketing, by the way. Great way to buy them shoes. But I'm looking forward to trying it out.
Yeah, when you see guys like LeBron playing so long and Brady playing so long, you hear about like sports science. This is part of it, and that's really what Ben's talking about, is the evolution of just understanding that your body goes through trauma. When you play sports, when you train, when you work out. What Nike's saying is, if you get out of bed and you walk in and putting pressure on those joints, you an athlete. You know what I'm saying? You're going through motions and everything else. And for as much as your body needs to get warmed up, you stretch out, you jog, you do all the things you need to get warmed up. You got to heal from that. You know what I'm saying? Because again, your body's going through trauma, even though you don't see it like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is what we're speaking to, is just the evolution of our understanding of how to take care of ourselves, how to live longer and feel better. This is sports science. This is sports medicine. This is technology, all come together. And, that's really what this speaks to.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, we got this is hopefully a partnership that we're going to have for a significant period of time. But want to get right into some of this stuff because we got a lot to get to. Obviously, with had that nice hour or so interview with Cookie. I came across this one from obviously the Bears and Rams game, and they got hot cocoa and marshmallows on the sideline. What is the weirdest thing you guys seen on a sideline food wise that a team had brought out?
Like food on a side.
It's hot cocoa with marshmallows. They got a giant bowl of marshmallows. Right?
Man, that's 2026. Like I've never. Let me tell you something. Look, okay, and football is obviously evolving. Let me say that. Let me say that before I jump. I've never. The only thing I've seen on sidelines, I mean, I see like fruit. Somebody had like some fruit or something for you, or like now certain guys, man, like certain guys. Certain guys got these strict diets. Like they strict, and they say, I got to eat this at a certain time. So a certain guy may have something, but a trainer or somebody will have it. But just food for the team, I will say this, and it's bad, but it's good. When I was in college, A lot of us didn't play a lot, so you got to make fun of it, man, because you ain't ready yet. So they used to have the Snickers commercial, and they say not going anywhere for a while, grab a Snickers, right? So we started calling ourselves the Snickers team, and we got some really really good coaches or some straight a-holes. I'll probably put it right there in the middle. We come to the sideline one day, they got a basket with just Snickers in it. We was effing them Snickers. So it was kind of but no, I've never seen outside of like fruit, because it's hot, man. So you got to replace, what you lost. So outside of Gatorade or some fruit or something, no, man, this ain't Starbucks, man. Like, this football. Because and Marvin can speak to this too. You start doing too much, they ain't gonna say thank you. No, they're gonna ask for more and more. Now you got to freaking buffet. No. And let me tell you something. They did that with Chicago because they was good. I bet you it wouldn't have been over there if they was losing. Ben Johnson would have kicked it. He would have kicked that like Al Pacino on Any Given Sunday. He would have kicked that. So all I'm saying is they are not starting a trend. You can't say yes to everything. What is hot cocoa gonna do for you with the Marshman? What is it really doing for you? Nothing. But that's Chicago. It's working for them. Them cheese grater things they got, them things are beautiful. That stuff is beautiful. But I ain't never seen no outside of what didn't Mark Sanchez eat a hot dog? You saw how he ate it. He looked around and he ate it. Nah. I've had some oranges and some apples.
I've seen like something like that on the sidelines. But Marvin, what about you? Weirdest thing you've seen?
So like
bring out on the sidelines.
Like Ben said, because Chicago's good, they allow certain things. I was on a team that was 3-13. My NFL career was 99 New Orleans Saints, and then in Green Bay, I played a few preseason games. I couldn't imagine Ditka allowing us to have, hot cocoa during the game on the sideline. Maybe in the locker room. Maybe in the locker room, you know what I'm saying, before the game, halftime.
Yeah, like that's why I found it weird it was on the sideline.
I mean, somebody got to ask Ditka. He got to approve it. But here's the thing. He got to approve it and remember that he approved it, though. Because in the heat of the game, it's so much stuff going on. I can only imagine how Mike Ditka was as a coach. You know what I'm saying? He coached like he played. Hard-nosed, lunch tail. Mike Ditka walking down the sideline, and here's the thing. It's not so much that it's on the sideline. When he sees his players and he see that steam coming out that cup, and he hears somebody say, man, give me another marshmallow. What the? Look, an NFL sideline could be studied. That sideline is nuts. From offensive players, defensive players, special team guys, kickers, punters, snappers, coaches, trainers, equipment man. You got the chains people. You got refs. I ain't got time for no hot cocoa, man. And let me tell you something, Ben Johnson. And you know this too, Marv. You better keep winning, sir. Because if you start losing, they gonna point to stuff like this, even though it ain't got nothing to do with you losing. When you say something like F Green Bay, well, of course you got to fess up to it. You said it. We heard you. And like I said, if it's working, let's do it. Let's go. Let's go. But
one thing I'll say is this: in 4 years in college, and in the time I played in the NFL, I never played in an extreme weather game. You know what I'm saying? I never played in an extreme. I played when it was really cold, played in a little bit of rain, played when it was, a little hot, but extreme weather is different. And them Chicago games late in the season, that game they just played against the Rams, that to me, that's extreme weather because I know it was.
I heard the Rams were putting ghost peppers in the cleats.
That's real, but that tells you though. I'm saying it. So that's extreme weather, man. So look, you got, like Ben said, you got a lot of people on the sideline who ain't getting in the game. You know what I'm saying? So and so is it crazy? I'll say it's different, and it's probably a sign of the times. To be honest.
I've learned that. I remember when the only noise you ever heard on a practice field was if you got to go to a stadium that's pumping in crowd noise. Now the music that's playing out there, it's just normal. Now, do these coaches know who it is? If they're young enough, they do. But it is a sign of the times. I understand that football has to evolve, but there are football evolving and you doing stuff that's just going against the NFL fabric. Like, wait a minute, man. Now let's not, because these owners are still the owners now. They still want certain stuff. And like I said, when you're winning, it's cool. But when you losing and you hear Lamar Jackson saying, I'm the one to say, take the food tables out of here, take all the entertainment out of here, because we ain't winning, which I don't, can't even have no fun. No, we ain't having fun on Sunday. We ain't having fun Monday through Saturday. Nope, we're going to go back to business. But, hey, man, it's cold. It's extremely cold in Chicago. I'm not saying they wrong for it. People up in the stands drinking chicken noodle soup and tomato soup. I ain't tripping on it. But you better win. That's it. Look, you can do anything in football when you win. You notice that? When you win it, oh, man. But I'm going to say what Shannon Sharp said, and I believe it. Don't accept nothing in a win that you wouldn't accept in a loss. Don't start accepting stuff with winning that you wouldn't do in a loss, because that's what a lot of these coaches be doing. Yep. And then when they lose, but hey, man, Ben Johnson had a hell of a first year. You came up short, no one cares what color Caleb Williams' fingernails is, whatever. I'm just saying, you painted nails, do what you do, young man.
So,
we'll
I'm going to go with this next, right, is this weekend's games, right? We had our predictions, we had our way that we thought things go, but what I didn't expect is kind of a couple of the calls that went, right? So we all seen, but by now the interception, Cooks is what looked to be, bang bang down by contact, but was ripped out by the cornerback, ruled an interception on the field. But then, the next game we see the Rams and the Bears, and it's almost a similar play, but it was significantly different. But where you could clearly see knee down, kind of a similar bang bang play, and Devontae Adams gets the ball ripped out, but they say down by contact. How are these plays so significantly different, called so different? Like how do you get that? I get the Buffalo play. It was like bang bang. It was like as soon as he did hit the ground, the defender ripped the ball out. But then how do you call Devontae Adams's play down by contact when it's literally you can look and see from that grab that, but on both of those ones when the receiver still had possession, his knee is down. I was always told as soon as that happens, it's down by contact, right? So I mean, I don't like when referees kind of get involved in this and they change the way that the games are being played, especially in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
It's one thing, you in the regular season, and you're trying to enforce this is the way we're going to call things. But when you have this much at stake, is when I kind of like it's a head scratcher for me. I guess I'm going to start off with Marvin on this one. Why do you feel that these two plays were called so differently?
Well, what I'll say is this: human error is part of the game. It always has been. Sometimes it works for you. Sometimes it doesn't, but we accept it. I mean, at the end of the day, we every year, every game, there's an egregious call, a crazy call, a call that we say decides this and decides that. That's just what it is. And, what I say to fans is don't worry, because as we move forward and we deal with technology, we're going to see technology impact the game and probably end up taking human error out the game. And then fans are going to feel some way about that. You know what I mean? So, that's just the reality of it. So I don't, I understand the frustration. I agree that some of these calls, and those calls in particular, Steve, were a little bit weird. I thought, and I can't think of the play, but I thought I felt differently than what some of these calls were. But again, as long as you have human beings involved and it's subjective, and we're looking, and it comes down to people's opinions and their perception of the rule and how the rule, what the rule means. And, you're always going to have, different outcomes and just various opinions. And that's just part of the game. Human error is part of the game. We allow it. We accept it. It's always been that way. And again, until they completely turn over to technology, which is that day is coming, Maybe not, super soon, but that day is coming, especially as gambling, continues to grow and people want to have accurate calls because they want to make sure their money is right and not messed up with a ref tripping or a ref. Listen, these refs are compromised, right? They're human beings too, right? We live in a capitalist society. There's no mercy with that. So yeah, it's frustrating for sure when you got money on it or when it's your team, but it's the way it's always been. And, I don't know if this ties the same way, but we accept it in wins. We accept it in losses. It is what it is.
Ben, your thought. Why do you feel like these two calls were just so different?
Well, I think the one with Devontae Adams, I think because, now we got the freeze frames. You can see his knee on the ground. You see it, and they'll say, was the ball moving when his knee was on the ground? The situation with Denver is very simple. Who got up with the ball in their hand? See what I'm saying? Like, who got up with the ball in their hand? You got to reward effort. We forget. We know who the ball's being thrown to, but that DB guy, that play was crazy nice.
It was crazy nice. I think the other one thing I want to object into this. I also think the other big thing is one was in regulation. The other was in overtime. One could had that extra time to sit there and have it reviewed, while the other one, John McDermott even tried to call timeout to see if he could get more time to have it looked at, and they refused to even look at it.
Yeah, but I think sometimes we forget just how skilled these players are. Man. Like a football player can do a split say, boop, he can pop that ball out. I mean, when you start and the thing about it is, as offensive players, we know don't cast out. Don't give this ref a chance to make that decision for you. Get up with the ball in your hand. Devontae Adams, it could have went either way, right? Because they punched it out. Because if you're a defensive player, right, things are happening. I know that we get to break down these $1 million millisecond, cameras to the right, but it happens so fast on the field. That's why you got to go look at it. It ain't clear cut. Like, I don't know what game it was when they was trying to do it was 4th and inches, and they thought they got it, and they did it. They did it through technology. So, it's 2 inches. People are, it's gonna come to that. And I think Marvin said it the best. Those refs are doing the best they can, you see how fast those players are moving? And this is why I think they got it right in Denver, right? Brandon Cooks wasn't real demonstrative getting off the ground like he caught it. He did catch it. 2 things to be true. You could call it and have it taken away. I caught it, but he took it away. I caught it, but he took it away. And it was some great football being played. NFL playoff football, it's crazy with how things happen. How many fumbles did Houston not get on defense because they tried to scoop and score? Just fall on it. It was about 3 or 4 of them. They just fall on them. So, but nobody knows what it's like to be a ref but a ref. No one, you don't know what it's like. You really think a ref want the game coming down to my call? Do you? They go, oh my freaking God. They don't want that. That's what we don't see. I don't want it to be, let's go to it like this. Oh God, I got to go out here. I'm about to go tell these people, man, they got to uphold his call. That's a person that got to be, and refs, if I'm not mistaken, they aren't fully employed by the NFL yet. So they still got regular jobs. They come together like these crews. So look, if you want AI and technology to take over, keep complaining. But then it ain't gonna be what you think. Because how does technology get what it get? From humans. So it's still coming from us. We just feed it into it. The one with Devontae, I mean, I can see it going that way. But the one Denver in Buffalo, look, that DB, I'm still trying to figure out how that DB did it.
It was real bang bang.
It was so crazy. I know this. Nothing is more important than that pigskin. Do not put it on the ground. Don't do it. Because no matter what, right? When players start saying, I was down, that ain't football. You were down. I was down. No, where the ball at? Because even if you get it back, when you get in them individual meeting rooms, they're going to be like, dude, what are you doing? Boy, we spend millions of dollars for that thing right there, and you just giving it up. Yeah, but coach, dude, you got to know they're gonna punch it out. Have you noticed the farther the game goes, the more they start punching? They don't do it really in the first quarter, but second and third, they punching that thing out because guys get loose with it. Stop holding like a loaf of bread. Listen, 3 forms of contact. That's football 1-on-1. So, hey, I'm not surprised. If you don't want the ref to make the decision, hold on to the ball. We don't got to worry about the ref. But if you don't be like, hey, ref, what's up? You put it on the ground, didn't you? Who holding it? The other team.
Now,
get off the field.
The other thing about that is Buffalo, if your quarterback didn't have 4 turnovers in that game, excluding that play, we're not having this conversation. And that's going to lead me to my next point, right? So how we got Josh Allen up on the podium crying, doing that. No one's holding this dude accountable. Can you imagine what would have happened here in Philadelphia if Jalen Hurts had 4+ turnovers in that game against San Francisco? We don't hear nothing about Josh Stroud. We don't hear nothing about Josh Allen. And this is our boy Chase Daniels, right? Talking about why the Eagles are completely broken. We're completely broken right now, and at some point we're going to have to look at the quarterback, not the scheme. But when we're talking about Josh Allen, it's I feel absolutely awful for Allen. Seems like ending every single year for him, and then more coddling from Chase Daniels. How do we have these vastly different scales when we're talking about Jalen Hurts compared to some of these other young quarterbacks? When was the last time Jalen Hurts had 4+ turnovers in a postseason game? Because it's never happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we have to look at Jalen Hurts as the problem here in Philadelphia. But Josh Allen's not the problem in Buffalo. But CJ Stroud's not the problem in Houston. Like, come on, man. Like, I get it. Trust me. I'm so used to this by now. But like, when are we just going to sit there and allow this stuff to happen, or call the BS when we see the BS?
I don't know. Listen, with Stroud, I agree. I feel like they were winning games in spite of him. You know what I mean? That defense is so good.
Yep.
And it is so sad that they couldn't play complementary football on offense, because this could have been. Listen, they have better quarterback play. We're talking about potentially a historic defense with Houston. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
The difference with Buffalo is, with Buffalo, can you imagine what they would have been without Josh Allen? Seriously, I mean, I don't.
And they're not a playoff team without Josh Allen.
With that said, you take your boy, okay, Jalen Hurts, who I'm 50-50 on. I ain't gonna lie about it. I'm 50-50 on him.
I know you are. You don't got to be his cheerleader. I don't want somebody to be his cheerleader. I don't. I'm a Philadelphia fan. We hold mofos accountable over here.
Look, y'all got and look at your Super Bowl year. You got a phenomenal defensive front. Okay, you got an O-line. You got Saquon Barkley. You got AJ Brown. You got the kid from Ain't Meat, Louisiana. The other receiver, Smith. You guys got a lot of pieces over there. And the reality is, maybe you guys are still good even without Jalen. I think that's kind of what it is, to be honest with you. Whereas again, with Josh Allen, it's just, dude, the Bills are, what are the Bills? The Bills are 6-11 without him. They would be 5-12. That's how I look at them. Seriously, I do. I do think
we have a good team. I'm not going to take that away, but like, when we look at that playoff loss, you had 4 different players had key drops at key points in that game. It wasn't Jalen sailed something. It was right in their hands and they just dropped it. Saquon had a drop. AJ had multiple drops. Devontae had a drop. Dallas Goedert had a drop. Like, everyone had a drop. So at what point in time are we just going to sit there and say it was bad luck? The offensive line was playing absolutely horrendous, and you couldn't count on them for anything all season long. But we're over here talking about how Saquon's lost a step. No one wants to hold the offensive line accountable, and I don't get it.
Oh, I get it. Because we've not us particularly. We make up in our minds as media people, as national pundits, as columnists, analysts, who we want to be the faces. And when it doesn't go that way, it shows. They want Josh Allen to be them so bad. Josh Allen won MVP last year in 2020. You know, he won it last year, right? And he did you see Lamar Jackson's numbers? Did you see them? And all I'm saying is, people get mad at CJ Stroud because CJ Stroud, I have never heard this, and they told CJ Stroud, just don't play bad. What? Just if he don't turn the ball over, they win. Think about this. If he doesn't turn, that defense is historic good. Will Anderson and Daniel Hunter, you talk about Petrie and Derek Stingley Jr., and with all he done, they still had a shot to win. Here's the thing about Jalen Hurts. They didn't want it to be Jalen Hurts. They wanted it to be Carson Wentz. And it's not Carson Wentz, right? They're like, wait a minute, man. You talking about this second round dude that played at Alabama and went to Oklahoma? Him? Yep. But he doesn't play flashy. No, he doesn't. He's gonna do what you're supposed to do, but he wins. Yeah, but it's not exciting. Yes, it is. He's already been a second team All-Pro. And it's like, well, let's call it what it is. He's a Philadelphia Eagle quarterback now. You know who knows about this? Donovan McNabb. Do you remember how people could not stand Donovan McNabb? And all he was doing was going out there getting it done. That's all he was doing. But he can't win in the NFC Championship game until he did. So that's Philly. Yeah. The Texans don't really got no history, and then DeMeco Ryans trying to change that. And they looking at CJ Stroud saying, dude, what are you doing? Number one, don't do no podcast. Don't have nothing to say. But you can't make it right. Just go quiet into the night and come back. Because at this point, is it gonna matter what he say? Even if he's saying the right stuff. And the thing about Josh Allen, Sean McDermott knew when that clock struck zero and they lost, he said, I'm gone. I am gone because I like Josh Allen, but Josh Allen does not get the same criticism as other superstar quarterbacks. They don't do it. They are afraid. They say things like, oh, he shows brilliance. He ain't getting it done.
Now, here's the thing, right? You just talked to McDermott's probably the – go ahead, Marvin, before I move it on.
When you say he hasn't gotten it done, he hasn't gotten it done yet because you could have said the same thing about Elway. Elway hadn't gotten it done until his 16th year in the league. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be honest with you. Yeah, and seriously, think about that. He was considered a Hall of Fame quarterback before he won the Super Bowl, but he didn't get it done. All he was doing was losing the Super Bowl.
I mean, no. But that's fair though, Marv, for this reason though. Like, let's call it what it is. When you ask quarterbacks who their favorite quarterbacks, you know they never say quarterbacks that didn't win Super Bowls. They don't say Dan Marino. They say, I like the way through. They don't want to be. No one wants to be that. Like I don't want to be Phillip Rivers. And look, let me say this: Dan Marino is one of the greatest throwers of the football. And Dan Marino said, if I went to the Pittsburgh Steelers, you wouldn't have won anything. You're still you. If you put me on that team, no, because you're still you. They have to deal with you. I'm not saying he wouldn't have, but I don't like that. I don't like you're gonna take what Swan and Stallworth and and Franco and them did. Just put me over there. Hell no. I'm not.
Here's the thing: they wouldn't have been there.
Disrupted.
When he played, they wouldn't have been there. He would have been playing with a bunch of nobodies at least until the early to mid '90s. So he would have been, in my opinion, in the same situation. I just think on the back end years, like a John Elway, is probably where. If that happened, if he would have been in Pittsburgh, that's when the only time he would have been able to do it because they didn't have the talent around them.
Yeah, but people think superstardom translates everywhere you go. That is not true. I could be a superstar, but that don't mean I'm. Case in point, love this dude, Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant got 2 world championships with Golden State, but Steph and them won with him and without him. What has Kevin Durant never done? He ain't never won nowhere else. Doesn't mean he ain't KD now. He's him. But people think superstardom translates everywhere. No. A superstar to me is a guy that elevates your teammates. I'm elevating these dudes because of my superstar.
Huh? Is Houston going to make the playoffs this year, Ben?
They're going to make the playoffs, but they ain't going to do nothing. They'll get in. Come on. Look, let me say, because people are going to say, I am just calling a spade a spade. To me, superstars that elevate their team let you know, look, man, I know how to pull you guys with me. That's why Kobe wanted to make sure he won 2 without Shaq, because he knows they're going to credit it to Shaq. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. It's stuff like that. And if you,
we're going to get to
most
Kobe
of us will
next
never
week.
be in superstar status.
I actually got a basketball one to add in for Kobe next week. I just didn't put it in the back end. But we're talking about the firings, right? So there's been a lot of changes. Over the last 2 weeks, and I gotta come right at you, brother. What do you think of Kevin Stefanski is now the one that's leading your Atlanta Falcons? What?
Look, let me. This is what I would say about Arthur Blank. Arthur Blank, he misses a lot. And I know Arthur Blank didn't pick Stefanski, I know, but two things Arthur Blank just did that I'm just questioning. Everybody went crazy when Matt Ryan became the president of operations. And you got Matt Ryan based off of what? Not coaching. He ain't never coach. Not being in the front office. He ain't never. And I know everybody got to have a starting point. But this is what I mean with this. Being likable, being relatable doesn't translate to business. Not in this business.
I don't know, Eddie. I don't think it's a good hire. We're about to find out
this is what I would say about Kevin Stefanski. If he can change who he has been, I got to rock with him. But if he can change who he has been, I want to kind of get the benefit of the doubt. But if he's bringing what he did in Cleveland to the ATL, this is why bad teams remain bad teams, because you can look at what didn't happen over here and you can break, hey, man, it's because it's in Cleveland. Well, Atlanta ain't Cleveland, but come on now. Like, Atlanta ain't Cleveland. We've been to 2 Super Bowls, but I'm saying I don't like this. I don't like the head coach of carousel. I don't like this. Kevin Stefanski, one of the best coaches in the NFL. Is he? Because guess what he's about to inherit? Another young quarterback.
Baker Mayfield had a whole lot to say about Kevin Stefanski.
Listen. Shout out to
them. That's going to be interesting to see that matchup twice a year.
Yeah, shout out to the homie D. Orlando Ledbetter. I used to back in my ESPN days. I used to interview D. Orlando. That he don't pull no punches. And D. Orlando, you will like him more because D. Orlando covers the NFL/Falcons. He is not a fan, so when he talks about it, he calls balls and strikes. He said something about Baker, falling short, and Baker didn't like that. Baker didn't like it. Like he said, I don't know what falling short means, pal. Well, falling short means you ain't get it done. But I heard that Baker asked to be let go in Cleveland. He didn't just get let go. So I got to read more of the story.
Yeah, there's something between the lines. There's something between the lines. And I got something for you, Marvin. I got something for you.
Well, hold on.
What do you think about your former head coach that is now the head coach over and as the Tennessee Titans? Robert, ran out, couldn't really get it done. Became the defensive coordinator for San Francisco this past season, and as soon as they were out of the playoffs, the Texans nabbed them up.
Yeah, I'll get to Salah. In regards to Stefanski, my question is, who's your quarterback? Because the guy you drafted out of Washington is damaged goods.
Michael. I think you got to get a guy for edge because if Kirk Cousins takes another snap for the Falcons, I'm gonna lose my freaking mind. But I think you get a veteran QB in free agency, Marv, and you might have to get another quarterback in the draft because Michael Penix. The one thing Michael Penix has been since he played football at Indiana, he had one good year in Washington when he wasn't hurt, and then he plays 4 games his rookie year. Comes in his second year and he's hurt again. They say he's gonna miss a lot of the 2026 season too. He's gonna miss a lot of it. Can't make the club in the tub. So I think you're definitely gonna have to get a veteran QB and you're gonna have to get a quarterback in the draft. Even if not a first rounder now, you're not getting a first round quarterback, but you get a late rounder that you can develop and you get a veteran that can help show the young in the ropes because Michael Penix, bad enough that when he's out there, he looks all right. He's okay. He's 10 man. He gonna get hurt. Like what would make me think he has not gonna get hurt at this point? And I could be wrong, obviously.
Eddie wants to remind you.
Yeah, he's damaged goods. Listen, I think when healthy, I don't think Kirk is that bad. But if you told me I could go with Penix or I can go with a healthy Kirk, I'd go with a healthy Kirk. I agree with Ben, and I think I bet you that Kirk is what intrigues Stefanski over Penix because again he's damaged goods. His history is injury. That's what it is. It's injury. That is his history. And I hate to say it because I think Penix can spin it. I think he's a young quarterback. I don't think he's had a ton of reps. But I think that the quarterback position is one that's uncertain in Atlanta for sure. Saleh, on the other hand, he got a dog in Cam Ward. Cam Ward's a dog. The boy can play. I think he's a special player who went to a horrible team. And I think that's the biggest story with these young quarterbacks. I think it's not so much, can the kid play or is he a bust? When you go to a bad team, a bad organization, an organization that has a history of failing their high draft pick, not having a plan in place, not having an O-line in place, and you letting your quarterback get sacked 50, 60, 70 times a year, shame on the owner. Shame on the GM for putting them kids in that position. You know what I'm saying? Cam Ward's a special player. I don't think he's special. I don't know if he's special like Elway, Luck, Caleb, but I think he's a special player. I do. Saleh can coach, man. Saleh can coach.
That's a great. You see what they did though, Marv, though? So they realized you bring in a Robert Seeley for one reason. You don't got no identity. What is the identity in Tennessee? Nothing. There is nothing going on, and you got to.
Eddie makes a great point here. If Robert brings in a good OC with him to the Titans, they might.
Poor Kingsbury.
Yeah.
You're gonna good offensive coordinators bring out the best in these quarterbacks, and they help their game. You can't just come in and say, all right, Cam Ward, we want to give you a subpar offensive line. We want to give you a subpar receiving core, which your number one receiver can't get open most of the time, and we want you to use your athleticism. That's not football. No, an offensive coordinator, they get real nice with them pre-snap motions. They start dictating the coverages. Now I can see what Cam Ward, Cam Ward isn't even in consideration for Rookie of the Year. You know how disrespectful that is for what that youngin had to do? He played in every game, right? With that team and that O-line, he threw a touchdown pass to this year? Jeffrey Simmons. Jeffrey Simmons is the first team All-Pro defensive lineman. That's how bad it is. And so I'm happy that Robert Seeley, number one, got another opportunity, right? Number two, he chose Cam. Hey, man, I think I can win with this quarterback. Two things: quarterback, division. That's how you pick a team. But what division is in? AFC South. Who is that? Oh yeah, we got to deal with Jacksonville. You know what I'm saying? And we got to deal with Houston. Who played Houston? They got the kid CJ Stroud. Oh yeah, I can deal with him. Right? What else we got? Oh man, you got to go through the draft. Get some players around him. Do I got a defensive guy that I can put? Jeffrey Simmons, first team All-Pro. All right, let's rock. You gotta live in Nashville. Oh, and by the way, no state tax. Oh, hell yeah, sign me up right now. Let's do that. So we'll see. It all looks good when they ain't playing no games, right? It all looks good. But when Robert Seeley, I think he was highly sought after. I'm happy that he chose a team like the Titans.
Yeah, he was when he was with my Jets, man. He listen, players respected him. He knows defense. I think he would be a great mentor to a young quarterback. I believe that, and I think Tennessee got a good coach, man. I do. I think they have a good culture guy who understands the bigger picture, what it's about, understands the game, been around the game, been successful on his side of the ball for sure. So he brings credibility, no doubt about it. And I think if they could help out that young quarterback offensively in regards to the schematics and this protection, that's everything. Because Cam Ward's a player. He's
nice, man. He nice. Yeah. I mean, that's the only way you can get a Florida Gator to root for a Miami Hurricane. Marv, you got to put him on my Titans. See, he's a Hurricane. I like Cam. I like Cam Ward. He's a gamer, man. He gonna give you all he got.
Great attitude. Go ahead.
No, you can finish your point, brother.
No, I was just saying, listen, I'm a sucker for humility and gratitude, you know what I mean? Especially with these young kids, this generation, people who've been really successful like him. He came from the bottom for real, though. You know what I'm saying? He came from the bottom for real. And in spite of his success and everything he received, I love his demeanor and his attitude. So I think he's built the right way from the inside out. And I think he has the skills that can only get better. So
now I want to quick touch on some of these offensive coordinator hires because Eric Bieniemy did get a new job, and he's back with the Kansas City Chiefs. We were talking about him.
And you know what? You know what? See, that's Andy Reid showing. I might have messed this up. What you mean? Because now, I will say this: Andy Reid was letting Eric Bieniemy Remember when Eric Bieniemy every year he's gonna be a head coach, every year gonna be and nobody hired him because Eric Bieniemy, he ain't easy to get along with, man. He gonna hold you accountable. He gonna make you go out there so when LaShawn McCoy be saying stuff like, man, I ain't like the way you talk to the players. No, bro, you a grown man, grow up. What you talking about? And I'm happy that he's back. Plus, no, this what happened. Andy Reid goes in there. He's saying, "Hey man, Patrick, man, how surgery went, man? Get Eric back. What? Go get Eric. Eric Bieniemy? Yeah, because you notice that the offense ain't look the same. Because now Andy Reid called the plays, right? Called the plays. Well, who get that offense? You think Andy Reid really getting that offense together during the week? Big Red, come on now, love Big Red.
And he makes a point. I think they both found out it wasn't a smart thing when.
No, man. Why would you? You don't think continuity and having these things together? What's the offensive coordinator name for New England? Josh McDaniels. I'm telling you, certain stuff is right there in front of you. That's the first call Vrabel made. Hey, hold on. I know I'm going to go to the first call. Hold on, Josh, you coming, right? All right, cool. Then he went,
and then go look at what Mike McDaniels did. He goes with the Chargers last night. He didn't even take an interview with Philadelphia
because he don't want smoke.
The aforementioned Kyle Kingsbury and Brian Dable as potential big hires for the Eagles offensive coordinator job. So it's been a very interesting coaching search early on. We're gonna see how this thing plays out. What are your guys' thoughts on McDaniels going to San Diego and teaming up with Harbaugh?
Boo. He's scared. He ain't want no smoking with the Eagles. I could go out there and put up a lot of big numbers, but ain't nobody really. He know if he comes to the Eagles, man, hey, bro, it's being the offensive coordinator for the Eagles is just like being the head coach for the Eagles. Where did y'all OC end up at? OC. Anybody got it?
Wait, I gotta address it. Where is he limited at? Where's Jalen limited at? I need to know this one. I need context to it because we were just going over this. He can throw the football. He's got one of the best deep balls in the game. Listen, like you're acting like you're acting like he's like Trent Dilfer or something.
Yeah, but I guess Steve. But again, dude, listen. I know you close to it, man. It's in your heart. But I'm telling you, I think the way people look at it is the Eagles are so solid as a team all across the board. You know what I mean? That I think people feel like if you put a different quarterback in that situation in Philadelphia, that they would be.
I'll give him this. No, I'll give him this.
Was Howie Roseman the GM when he won the Super Bowl with Nick Foles?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like you could put the attitude is kind of like, you know, he could be an average quarterback that looks good because of who's around him. You know what I mean? And I think, you know, I know you don't want to hear that. But it's true though. I don't think people look at it like he's the secret sauce. It ain't him. You know, I think that's what it comes down to. Again, I said this a while back. If they give him a statue, it's going to be him in a tush push. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. You know, I'm telling you, that's what it is, man.
Listen, it's going to be him throwing that dagger to Devontae Smith. Let's be honest.
I'm being honest.
I'll give J-Rod. I think he does need to do a better job of not just reading, but escaping the pocket way too early. Is I think my critiques on Jalen. He gets the first read. If the first read isn't there, he rolls out and the play breaks down around him because he didn't trust his pocket. And then not to sit there.
Yeah, he only does. I mean, Jalen once again, right? Once again, Jalen can easily be punished for being on a loaded football team, right? Because when it don't work, the same way they ain't gonna give him the credit when it does, they're gonna give him the blame when it don't now. And that's what being the quarterback is, because the thing about a guy like Jalen Hurts is, right, people will think, hey man, when he wins, they'll say, well, anybody can win with that. But when he loses, they'll go, how is he losing with that? How is he losing with that? The Eagles lost in 2025 because they did the same thing in 2024. We just gonna run the football and just, Everybody got to come out with some level of nuance.
Eddie wants to know if who could handle Philadelphia mentally better, Dable or Kingsbury. Well, we know Dable can't because he can't control.
I don't think Kingsbury can. I think Kingsbury make y'all offense nice. I think it's offense nice.
They're saying this. All right, the Super Bowl team was stacked. All right, well, so was the 49ers back in the 80s. I don't sit there and see anyone talking about Joe Montana that way. What about Troy Aikman? His team was stacked.
But I don't think Troy Aikman is really considered. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer, but
exactly.
I don't think he's.
And weren't you trying to throw that Hall of Fame talk with Jalen Hurts to me a few weeks ago?
Yeah, but I don't think you mentioned. You don't mention Troy Aikman's name when you talk about the super elite quarterbacks of the Hall of in the NFL history. He got in because his team was stacked, correct, right? Right. He was part of a great team and he did what we should do with it, just like Jalen did. You know what I'm saying? So, I think with Philly, their quarterback position, you got a few dudes who can plug and play based on that roster when healthy, Steve.
All right, so tell me how Tanner McKee did that last game. Did he look good?
Tanner McKee?
Plug and play, right?
Okay, he's a who to me. Okay, he's a who.
All right. Well, no, I mean everyone was calling the bench Jalen to put Tanner McKee in.
I didn't say. I'm not saying.
I didn't know. I didn't. I was just sitting there saying that was the talk here.
Look, I think Jalen's okay. I think he's good. He's a good player.
Hold on. But you just said something of maybe you know what? That is Jalen Hurts' comp right there. Troy Aikman. That's his comp because he can do that. Right? He can do what Troy Aikman did because everybody talk about the big three, but they really talking about the big two. They talking about Mike Irv and they talk about Emmett. But he's a part of it. He's a part of it, no doubt. So that's his comp. So I'm gonna give Dallas because when Marv said it, I don't remember. I never ever remember Troy Aikman in the MVP conversation. I don't think he ever been a first team All-Pro. He never did none of that, but he did. But here's the thing, right? If you ever won a championship, that is your flex. You don't believe me? When San Francisco came to the Eagles, played the Eagles a couple of years ago, and Jerry Rice was in the house. Now he must have been in Philly in a while. He must have thought they was going to welcome him. He was getting called everything but a child of God. What's the first thing he did? He pulled out the rings.
Now
to let him know.
Now, obviously, with J-Rod giving him, given his criticism, he's also going to give him his due respect, which what we've already talked about. Is that we do need to change like how we view that quarterback position and what we saw from Jalen in the playoffs. He believes he's top. I believe he's just outside of the top five. J-Rod, just because look, the some of the young quarterbacks that are in that position. I mean, it's Mahomes, it's Josh Allen, it's Joe Burrow. The one name that me and Ben already talked about it. I don't want to ever hear Justin Herbert's name come before Jalen Hurts ever again.
That's fair. It's fair.
Yeah,
Jalen's somewhere around like 5. Jalen's somewhere around 5, 6, maybe 7, in my opinion. But, that's also because I have Matthew Stafford slightly above him, too.
I'll put Matthew Stafford top 5. I'll put Matthew Stafford top 5 because of how long he's done it. Here's the thing about top 5. Top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL. I believe top 5 quarterback. I could be wrong. I believe top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL is like a Hall of Famer. No, you say, man, Hall of Famer. No, if you got to think about it, like, look, Joe Burrow. Okay, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. You're talking about Matthew Stafford, Joe Burrow. Those are gonna be your top 5, right? Those are gonna be your top 5 guys. A top 5 guy means I think he's better than most guys when he plays. That guy on the other side ain't better than him. Because Joe Burrow, let's face it, would Joe Burrow be considered top 5 if he didn't have the Super Bowl run? Absolutely not. And that's been some years ago, right? He ain't got no regular season MVPs. Lamar Jackson got 2 of them. People talk about Lamar Jackson like he a slouch. I'm like, what? What? So I don't think Jalen Hurts is ever going to be considered top 5 because of what he had. Once again, Troy Aikman, he had Emmett. He had one of the greatest offensive lines you're going to see.
And a defense.
And look, but It's half of what he did and half of who he did it with. He was in Dallas. So look at Tony Romo. Tony Romo got blown up because of where he was doing it, not that he was doing it. So I do think Jalen Hurts comp. I think Jalen Hurts got 2 comps. His first comp is a former Eagle. That's Donovan McNabb. I think this is his first comp. I do. I think his second comp is Troy Aikman because Troy Aikman never won no MVP. He won Super Bowl MVPs. He didn't win no regular season MVPs. So
now I do have a couple
Jalen get a couple of more. He in there.
I do have a couple more topics I want to fly through real quick before we get to the end of this. And Ben, we talked about it on the show before. It happened last night. I definitely wanted to put it out there. Finally, Andrew Jones. Now, you said to me 1 week ago here today that the Hall of Fame doesn't matter to you until Barry Bonds is in. Do you still feel that way this week?
I'm coming around a little bit, only because Andrew Jones is from Curacao. People say he wasn't that good. Let me tell y'all something. Stop playing. Andrew Jones was the truth. And I'm happy that he got in. But the reason why I'm saying it ain't real, how is the best player to ever play not in the Hall of Fame? How? I don't look. People say, well, Ben, he was all right. Take away the juice. Everything he did when he so-called was juicing. He's still in. His first act got him in. The second act was just a bonus.
MVP before he went out to San Francisco. The end.
Marvin, name a player that you've ever seen that people going into the season saying you think you're going to break it this year. Most guys want to, you know what a great sentence is for a hitter? Man, 25, 30 homers, not 65. Man. Barry Bonds might be the greatest. He might be the greatest player to ever pick up a baseball. And I know Yohei Ohtani is doing some things I ain't never seen. But Barry Bonds is out of this freaking world, and we need to stop. Stop it. What are we doing? And Pete Rose, of course, he's eligible after he take his last breath. The MLB, man, they get on my nerves, man. Leave me alone by the MLB, man. There's disrespect and there's MLB. They about as disrespectful as they get. I hope they get a salary cap.
I know baseball isn't 100% in your bag, Marvin, but what are your thoughts on Andrew Jones getting in? This was the overall votes because also Carlos Beltran got in.
Congratulations to Carlos Beltran as well, man.
Within the next 2 years, Chase Utley will be a Hall of Famer. You can call me crazy or not. He's 20% away. I think the fact that these guys got in now, more votes will go Chase's way. But Andrew Jones, Beltran is now in the Hall of Fame. What are your thoughts, brother?
Yeah, well, in regards to Andrew Jones and Beltran, I'm the guy who, again, I'm a Yankees-Dodgers guy from a distance. Baseball is like my third, fourth sport. But I recall just from watching ESPN as much as I watch it, we were all ESPN junkies. That's how we kind of grew up, right? You always heard his name, right? You always heard his name. So that's what I can say about it. He was someone who remained relevant on the national scene for a very long time. So, and then when I hear Ben do his whole thing right now, get emotional.
I'm just saying, man. I'm a Braves guy through and through. The Andrew Jones disrespect used to piss. I'm like, because people say he wasn't that good. What are you talking? Andrew Jones wasn't that, man. Go check his numbers. Man, stop playing.
Yeah. So anyway, I would have to just co-sign with Ben, and I'm gonna trust Ben and his feelings and his emotion and his knowledge on this.
Look. The Braves ain't iconic like the Yankees and the Dodgers. Come on now, that's iconic teams.
Yeah.
The Braves used to be the only before St. Louis, the Cardinals came in and the Tampa Bay Rays. Atlanta, you know how big of a region Atlanta covered? It was the only thing in town till you get up to Philly and New York. So now everybody want to jump on other bandwagons when they got somebody. Oh, we got our own team now in our state. Clown, bandwagon, go get out of here. Don't need you anyway.
Oh man! I mean, I had to bring it up because I knew Ben was excited.
Man, I saw it. I said, "Congrats, Andrew, man! Congrats."
I was excited for you last night. I knew it was something that you've been waiting a long time for, and I definitely wanted to bring it up today. But we were talking about it a lot this offseason, the HBCU, the effect that has have, and we gonna get a Coach Vic experience after what we've seen this year. I would have much rather been my main Deshaun Jackson, but I absolutely get why BET would go ahead and put Mike Vick in that situation. Ben, your thoughts first, and then Marvin.
If you don't think your impact on the game resonates with people long after, that's what BET is doing. It's quintessential to what Netflix was doing when they did The Last Dance with Mike. A lot of these kids don't know. They think that's Michael Vick, right? No, that's Michael Vick. The Vick this man, the two players I've never seen come through the NFL and have the impact they had. One was Odell Beckham because he was in New York when he had the one-handed, all the kids walking around with bleached hair, crazy. But the Michael Vick experience, dude, being a Georgia native, Atlanta used to be Mike Vick town. So I'm happy that they're doing it. And I like the fact that, man, they letting him, he's like resurrecting his career, but while also resurrecting his life, man. Michael Vick done been through a lot. Michael Vick done took a lot for the team, and came back. So shout out to BET for doing it, man. Hey man, Netflix, what's up, man? What y'all late to the party? What he wanted too much chance? I'm just happy that we get to see it. Looking forward to watching it.
Yeah, Marvin, your thoughts.
Yeah, I first saw Mike Vick live in person. I went to the national championship game, Florida State VTech. It was in New Orleans in 2000. I was living out there, still under contract with the Saints, and went to that game, saw him play, and he was the real deal. And what a story. This guy, he's seen the bottom, and he came out of it. For y'all who don't know, and hopefully they tell it in this documentary, he was at the bottom. You can't get no lower than where Michael Vick was in the eyes of the public, okay? And for him to come back and to not only come back to play in the NFL and sign a $100 million contract, and then he's commentating on TV, and now he's leading young men, and now they want to tell his story. It just tells you, that you can come back from anything. And that's really what I hope his legacy is, you know what I mean? Because you have a lot of people like me and a lot of other people, you've made mistakes. Maybe not like that, but you've made mistakes. You've done things, and you can come back from that, and you can still have real impact. And your story, no matter how bad the story was at one point, your story is still beneficial to future generations. So I'm a big Mike Vick fan, big supporter. I believe in second and third chances because I deal with these human beings. I'm a human being, and people mess up and they do what they do. You know what I mean? But God forgives, I forgive, and I'm just happy to see him having a real impact with young men. And this will take that to the next level. So I'm a huge supporter. I look forward to seeing this thing.
I love it. Obviously, we were talking about Mike a lot this season. And one more thing I want to wrap it up with is Chargers linebackers coach Navarro Bowman has decided to step away from coaching to be more involved with his son's future as he's a top-ranked high school basketball player. How awesome is this? Because obviously we know Mr. Bowman from his time in the NFL as well. I remember he was playing with San Francisco for a period of time with some of their great defenses. To be able to not chase after your dreams, to make sure that your son who is a highly talented high school basketball product, to make sure he has everything and he's on that right path. What does that tell you? Not only about Navarro, but some of these things that other people can learn from. Maybe not chasing your dreams to make sure your son or daughter has a better chance at their dreams. Start off with Ben.
No, our kids is our dreams. So he's chasing after the right thing. Our kids are our dreams. And no one has made a bigger sacrifice in our families, whether they watch us play or not. So Navarro Bowman showing, look, man, football is temporary, man. You forever, man. I'm a daddy forever. You mine forever. So, and the biggest thing he's doing, he's killing the myth. And Marvin know what that myth is. Thought we didn't love our kids. Lies. Love the Navarro Bowman, because guess what? When Navarro Bowman's son saw his daddy coming to walk away, daddy, you gonna do that for me? Boy, I'll do more than that. Congratulations, Navarro, man. Love to see it happening, man. It's only gonna make him a better man.
Marvin.
Yeah, Ben hit it on the head. He's chasing his dream, but the dream is the family. You know what I'm saying? That's when a man gets to a certain point of maturity, you realize, if he didn't realize it earlier, that the family is everything. And he gets that, you know what I mean? So he's doing ultimately what he wants to do, and that's to go be with his family. This is him living his best life without question. He's not losing anything. He's gaining something in this process, and I love it. I get it completely.
And here's the thing: whenever that time, whether it's 4 or 5 years, whatever it takes, he's gonna get another job in the NFL. He's gonna get another job. He ain't gonna lose that edge, and what he may lose that particular job with that particular coaching staff, and he probably won't be able to go back to that. But he will get another job when the time is right. So big shout out to Navarro. Big shout out to his son. It ain't nothing like having your dad in your corner. It's something that is priceless. There's nothing you can compare that to. So very, very happy that not only that we're able to be known to it, that it's something that can be used as a teaching point in things like that. And speaking of things that are priceless, we talked about the championship game Monday night, right? How special of a moment it is when you see a 2-star recruit, potentially, winning it, a national championship on his back on a fourth quarter in his hometown, against a team that basically didn't want him, win it with one of the most losingest programs of all time, while his disabled mother with MS is screaming for joy, and his little brother is right next to him the whole time. Like, that is the most genuine sports moment of this early year so far. Not just the fact that Indiana won, not just the fact that he did it with his brother. His mom's there; she's battling MS and everything. That's probably the best story I've heard so far out of college football this year. That is another special moment on why that Indiana national championship was more than just a sports moment. It meant more to that family and not just the college program. Start off with Marvin on this one.
Yeah, I mean, this is what it's all about, man. This is a Disney movie. That's what it's going to be. It's a Disney movie. It is. This will be a Disney movie. It should be. It should be, a story of overcoming, a story of just dealing with adversity, and just maintaining the faith. And you listen to this kid talk, Mendoza. All you hear out of his mouth is gratitude and love and just humility. And passion and competitive spirit. So he does it the right way. When you look at it from a recruiting standpoint, the boy came from the bottom. He had to earn it the hard way. And how storybook is it to play your last college game in your home city in front of your parents, against your parents' alma mater? Both his parents went to UM. This kid grew up dreaming of playing for UM. So he ends up winning a national championship in UM Stadium. And it's a heartwarming story that will make your eyes water if you are a human being and you really get it. So I thought it was awesome. Like I said, this is a Disney movie to come. Believe me.
Ben.
Yeah, football is how we learn about these stories. Like, we would have never known who Fernando Mendoza was if he don't do everything he did. Go undefeated, win the Heisman. Always bigging up his teammates, always bigging up his family, speaking Spanish to his to his Cuban grandparents who couldn't even, that's the only when he won his Heisman. Always saying the right things, never ever making it about himself, always talking about his teammates and coaches. But underneath all that, he's a football player, which means he got an ego. He just doesn't show it. When he says, "Yeah, both of my parents went to UM. I'm from 10 minutes down the road. I could ride my bike to the stadium. I was born and bred to be a Cane," until they told me no. Who told? Mario Cristobal told him no. Manny Diaz told him no. He goes, "All right, cool. I'm going to just go the different route." Then, wait a minute. We get to play Miami in Miami for the Natty. In front of the camera, he sounded right. When them cameras go off, he like, ooh. Because think about this, Marv. Wait a minute. SC going to play UCLA for the national championship? Man, stop. It's there are stories that are so compelling that if somebody wrote this as a script and somebody said, "Yeah, man, we got this kid, he's from Miami, he's going to end up going to Indiana, a basketball school, he's going to have a coach named Kurt Signetti who no one really knew about until he came to Indiana. They're going to take a bunch of players that nobody wanted. The average player on the team going to be 23 years old. They're going to end up going undefeated. Who they going to play? They're going to play Oregon twice, beat them twice. They're going to play Penn State, beat them. They're going to play Ohio State, beat them. They're going to play Alabama, beat them. Then they're gonna play Miami in Miami for the national championship. The kid that's on the team, he's gonna be the Heisman. His little brother's on the team. His mama got MS. Both his parents went to UM, and both of the coaches at UM, both current and previous, told him he wasn't good enough. Oh man, that's a great script. That's not a script. That's what I said this. I said that Indiana's gonna win. Once I started realizing who Fernando Mendoza was, I go, I can tell you gonna win. That touchdown run that he had when he extended, he put his body on it. Like the way he look, man, I'm finna get hit, but I'm gonna hold on to this ball. And isn't it fitting that the starting quarterback for Indiana is from Miami? The starting quarterback that got the game-sealing pick is from Miami. He went to Miami Northwestern.
Miami connection.
I'm happy. I'm happy for college football. I'm happy for Indiana. And listen, if Indiana never does it again, this is epic. Like people go, what if they never come back? Most teams ain't never going. They ain't even gonna go. Because you know what Miami hasn't done since 2001, won a national championship. And you know what else they haven't done? They've never won the ACC. Now Miami is historic. They tradition rich. But Marvin, what you say? It ain't what you're doing. It ain't what you done, man. It's what you're doing, man. Can't live off who I used to be. Let's talk about who I am now. And right now, Miami is living off the past. They don't want to talk about the present because everybody wants to talk about Indiana may never come back. Do you know what this might do to Miami program? This might set it back because they're gonna have the money. They've always had the money. They're gonna have the athletes. They've always had the athletes. Maybe Indiana just exposed what Miami isn't. Because don't Miami got all the 5 stars? Against 2 or 3 stars, the 5 stars supposed to win, right? Maybe the stars don't really matter like that. I'm just saying, maybe it ain't what we think it is. But one night, 9 out of 10, right? Miami gonna win 9 out of 10. Why we thought it one time? But that's what football does. So shout out to the Mendoza family. I know his little brother just transferred to Georgia Tech, so he gonna be in the A-Town. So we gonna have. So you already know he's finna bring some flair to the A-Town. But I'm happy for Fernando. Because he's doing it for his family. You know what I'm saying? He's doing it for his grandparents. And for everybody that has something to say about the man speaking Spanish for the Heisman acceptance speech, get a freaking life, man. God, don't grow up. My goodness. So I love it. I loved it for Indiana, and I am a troll. You know, I don't like Miami now. You know, I did go to Florida. So I'm a troll.
That should put a wrap on today's show. And today's show was brought to you by Fight Wax. Fight Wax is a new standard in natural skin health. Fight Wax delivers clean, high performance protection powered by their proprietary photo essence plant extract. It supports natural skin renewal, cellular resilience, comforts reinforcement, skin barrier, and that is what we are getting ready to be taking care of our episodes, to helping us taking care of our skin. They are also working on other products, and I'll let you guys know about some of that stuff as it's getting ready to be launched. But it's exciting to be working with Fight Wax. Another fun episode in the book today. Big shout out to Cookie for joining us in the first hour. Try to get as many of these topics banged out here in the second hour, just a little bit over the 2-hour mark here today. But other than that, final thoughts, Marvin?
Final thoughts. I hate the fact that college football is over. Really, this is the best and the worst time of the year because football is almost over. I hate to look at it like that, but it's true. I do love basketball, but I don't really watch it until football is over. So I'm just really sad these last couple of weeks are coming up on us. Granted, we're going to have some good football, Championship Sunday, and the Super Bowl should be good to go. But, I wish we had the Pro Bowl. When I was a kid, they played the game. I watched my dad actually play in the game, and the game counted. People cared. They went all out. But football's almost over, y'all, and I hate that.
Ben, your final thoughts?
I couldn't agree more. I mean, it's almost like we get so geared up for the college football season, and it comes and goes so fast. And isn't it crazy that the college football season is almost as long as the NFL season if you make it all the way to the dance. But it's always a pleasure coming on with you, Steve and Marv, man. I mean, I think that being able to have something like this makes me look Never ever gonna replace football, man, but this is pretty close. You know, you can't replace the locker rooms, can't replace the players, can't replace the moments and the memories, but to be able to sit here on these airways and talk a little trash, do a little trolling, have a little fun, man, it doesn't get much better than this. I challenge every man out there, man. Find your tribe, man. Find your audience. Find something, man, that gives you life passion, man, and go, you know, go in that direction. See what that does. But yeah, it's always another fun one on the Fan Today.
Yes, sir. And we will be back this week. Got two fun interviews this weekend, and we have another Temple student joining us next week as well. So, guys, make sure you're locked in. You hit that QR code in the top left corner above me here. Like, subscribe, show love to the YouTube channel. We will be back next week, guys. Peace out, my friends.